Hello all. Today, I might make a video that riles some people up, right? So as some of you may know, we are going to have March and Donhung beta leaks in like 10 days, right? Meaning, Cyrene is very much so on the horizon. She's around less than 2 months away from her beta being leaked, right? And I have, my own thoughts on Cyrene's territory. I've made a video before explaining how this could be a good thing. However, the more I think about it, a support having a territory just fucking sucks, right? Now, the reason I believe this is because no matter what, even with Cyrene being an Elysia XP, that doesn't mean shit in Honkai Star Rail meta-wise, right? You are still going to be power crept literally half a version later, right? So what's going to happen is that future supports will probably follow in the strength of Cyrene, but they'll have the added bonus of not being a main push, leading to them not having a territory. Meaning, you can actually use these general supports with territory users who, as of current, are just the strongest DPSs of every single new version, right? So, Cyrene having a territory cucks her out of being an alternative support option for the strongest teams in the entirety of the game. And if they continue this territory bullshit going into version 4, then we will likely get 2 more main push DPSs similar to Acheron Firefly and current Cassie and Phanon that will not be able to work with Cyrene, right? And Cyrene's only going to be able to work for the weaker DPSs. And that does still have some value, but you need to keep in mind it isn't only, right, the main push DPSs that get best in slot supports and versions. Herta got Tribi. Anaxa got Ceridra. Cassie is also currently using Tribi, right? Oh wait, no, Cassie's a main push, sorry for that. Dot is getting Heislins, right? You can see over and over and over again, there's a lot of characters who even are main pushes that get best in slot supports for them. Additionally, Sunday with Aggie, right? So Cyrene having a territory just cucks her out of the strongest teams in the game, right? So I decided to go to the Cyrene mains Reddit, and I decided to make a post because I got the idea for this video from seeing people on their own mains Reddit wanting her to have a territory, which makes no sense to me. You want your character to be worse because that's so-called special treatment. Like what? Right? So I decided to post this, right? And people, I'm asking, like, genuinely, can someone give me a good argument for her having a territory and not synergizing with main push DPSs being a good thing for her own character value? And every person trying to argue with me is using a completely subjective reason that does not objectively keep her character value good, right? They're all trying to play mental gymnastics, and they're basically saying, having a territory that makes her not work with main push DPSs doesn't change her value at all. No, it very clearly fucking does. We literally have an entire controversy currently around Ceridra, because if you already own Tribi, all you have to do is pull her E1, and then she's better than pulling E0S0 Ceridra for Phanon, right? Or Ruan Mei. If you were able to get Ruan Mei's E1 for free through the golden token, she is competitive with a Tribi in a Cassie team, right? So you can very clearly see cases of much older characters who aren't even supposed to be best in slot with newer DPSs just coming back out of the woodwork because they're an amazing alternative option if you don't have the best in slot support. You can't do this for any territory DPS in the future with Cyrene if her territory doesn't synergize with other ones, right? So genuinely, someone explain to me in what world this is beneficial towards Cyrene. right? I am already pulling Cyrene on every account I have, right? Even if she has that bullshit territory thing, my Anoxa account can benefit from Cyrene. My Day on my main account can benefit from Cyrene. And my Cassie account can use Cyrene on a second team, right? But it's just, I'm lost. Like, I'm being so serious, right? This isn't a video to, like, farm people. This isn't a video to be like, you know, oh my god, the Cyrene mains are all idiots. It's just, I am genuinely confused. In what world is adding a territory to a character a good thing and not an overall negative? Right? And before anyone brings up the bullshit that I used to bring up, which is, you know, this balances, you know, teams because main pushes get best in slot supports, you know, non-main pushes don't get best in slot supports. As mentioned earlier, this isn't true. We will just keep getting more and more and more newer supports in future versions, and eventually Cyrene will be phased out, right? And it'll happen earlier than it should because of her not being able to work for territory DPSs. Like, people really need to understand the highest selling DPSs in these games are very easily main push DPSs. Dill and Jingli Yu, Acheron and Firefly, Casterus and Phanon. There are so many people who main those main push DPSs. The majority, probably the majority of people who play Honkai Star Rail will go into those types of DPSs. So having alternative options when you don't have the full best in slot team does have value. So Cyrene not being able to be used as an alternative option is a complete fucking scam, right? Now, I would like to say, this is just me kind of, you know, going on a rant because of how confused I am. There is still a chance that she has no territory, or she may have a unique territory that can work with every single Chrysos heir, right? But if she doesn't, if she has the normal territory restriction we've seen so far, this is genuinely just garbage in my opinion. Right? It's understandable for DPSs because in the first place you're probably not going to use them together, but a territory on likely the upcoming most general support in the history of the game and the only limited with true damage buffing and action advance, oh my fucking god. Right? Oh my god. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out. I forgot to add in here, by the way, the most likely candidate for the next territory DPS is Yai Sakura as the Annie unit, as it's been leaked, and I talked about it in my last video, that they already have, you know, kit leaks on Sparkle. She is currently rumored to be Fire Elation, and she's going to be the second half of the 4.0 patch, meaning she's our introduction to the Elation path, the same way Aggie was our introduction into the Remembrance path. But they specifically said Elation MC and as well as Yai Sakura are a little farther away than Sparkle, it seems, so they don't have full specifications on their path, element, or kit details, likely implying that Yai Sakura is going to be either very close to the Annie or on the Annie herself, and the most likely scenario here is that she's the Annie because of her being an XP, right? So keep that in mind. If you're a Yai Sakura fan, you're probably gonna not be able to use Cyrene with this girl. And this is what pisses me off. Because if you guys know, right, I made a video like a month or two ago where we got some Yai Sakura leaks. I have been wanting to get Yai Sakura on one or maybe even multiple of my accounts for a while now. She's a character I've been hyped up for a time, right? And now, if I pull Cyrene, like, I just can't use her with fucking, like, oh my fucking god. Like, it's not even a Phanon or Cassie situation. At least you can use, like, Tribi, Ruan Mei, right? But, like, a support having a territory is so fucking annoying. Because now you need to pull the main push DPS's full best-in-slot team if you have Cyrene, right? And you don't have another support. It's so fucking dumb, man, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.